Hi, folks. This is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report. You know, there's an awful lot of looking forward and there's a lot of looking back when we think of our life fishing in this area and fishing in this world around us. And I know that sounds so general and so philosophical, but one of the things that I've been thinking about is I've been caught up in the frenzy of putting these tournaments together for the St. Lawrence River and for the bass fishermen of the world that come here. Is that we're so much more than bass. We're recognized as this tremendous bass mecca, which we are. But the people that live here, the people that's ancestors have lived here, they fish for a lot of other species. And right now is a time when we can sort of go back to our roots in a sense, that now the bass boats are pretty much going to be gone. And we can go out and we can fish for the fish that has made us happy for years. Walleyes and perch and northern pike and muskies. These are all part of the sport fishing world that lives in our area. And I've been talking to some folks lately that had come over to the Massena Intake when I was available to be talked to. And they would tell me that they were going out walleye fishing. And I said, well, tell me what it's like. And they said, honestly, we're not finding the walleye. Now, these are just a couple of the local fishermen, but these are two of the best that I've ever known. They've been part of the walleye program since it began years and years ago, when the state, when the DEC, and when local anglers came together to create organizations to help keep these walleyes healthy and propagating in the St. Lawrence River. And so both of these men, they weren't together. They both told me that they're not finding the walleyes like they once did. The places that they used to go out, and they would name the structures right around here in these local waters. And now this was at the Massena Intake, and they were telling me, we think that the walleyes may be moving upstream. And remember, walleyes are not only a school fish, but they're a migrating fish. They can travel tremendous distances in a year's time. There have been studies where the fish have been tagged and they've started at one location and they've ended up 100 miles away. If you have the water system like the Susquehanna River, like the St. Lawrence River, like Lake Ontario, where these fish can be monitored. But so I think it's very important for us as we go out and we try to reconnect with some of these species to realize that everything is always in the sort of the essence of change. Everything is always changing. I don't care what it is. I remember when my kids were little and they would go to the Massena Beach and go to swim. And while my family was there enjoying that, I would fish the adjacent waters. I'd wade in the other waters away from all the swimmers and everything and fish for bass. And I would catch, nice bass. Nothing like the size we have now. Everything has changed. And that's just evolution. That's the way things go. One of the guys that was fishing one of the local tournaments, my buddy from Hogansburg, told me, he says, when I was out here, and this was just last weekend, out in the water, I located a huge school of jack perch, of these big giant perch. He said, would you be interested in going fishing next week to catch these? And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. That's the dumbest question I've ever heard. Of course I'm interested. We have all these other fish now that we can go after. And muskies, in particular in the St. Lawrence River, are far more active now in the fall, getting ready for winter, than they are in the hot periods of the summer. They're going to be traveling. They're going to be feeding. They're going to be more susceptible to being caught right now. And we've got the biggest muskies in the world here. So there's a lot more to our fishery than just bass. But let's all be thankful that we have that to look forward to going into the future, because it can really make a difference in the economic well-being of our area. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report.